guys, welcome back to Sailing SV Cordelia. We're still in Guadeloupe and it's nearly Christmas. We've had a hell of a week this week, been really busy. We've got major problems with the alternator fan belts. We did have a problem with the alternators, that's been sorted, and now the fan belts are going like this, so we've been on the hunt for those. Because we've had such a crappy week, we decided that we would go and do something which we very rarely do. We hope that you enjoy the video. Thanks, guys. We're the Cordelians, Steve, Annette and Gus, and this is our beautiful home of Venus 46 Ketch. After nearly a year back in the UK, we have restarted our Caribbean adventures. Join us as we head round to our hurricane hole destination, Guatemala. This is one of the easiest places to check into Guadeloupe, Terre de Haute, which is why we came here.
Bonjour. Welcome. Oh no, that's not.
The Isle de Saints are real Caribbean style islands, so we don't intend to hang around for too long. The plan is check in and then we're going to start heading over to mainland Guadeloupe.
The new thing is you do it all before you get here, you print it out and then you bring it in and they just check it over, stamp it, you pay €5, that's it.
Excellent.
Done. Took like 30 seconds.
We're going snorkeling with Gus. We're hopefully going over there. I think there's a beach over there that Gus might be able to go on.
We're off on an adventure. It's a bit rough though. Sit now. Sit. Ready? Here.
You're going to give it back.
Here.
We don't very often find beaches like this that we can bring Gus to. The only way that you can get to it is by dinghy. So we've dinghied over. Our boat's over there. It's just good for Gus to have a good run round. Love it. He loves it as well.
And swim.
Beautiful resort. We're just leaving to go to mainland Guadeloupe. We've got a good wind behind us. I'd say it's about 15 knots. We've been a bit lazy this last few days. We haven't done any filming at all. We've been quite busy work-wise, and also we've had quite a few family issues which have taken up a huge amount of our time during the day. It's one of those things of having having parents that are still with us, which we love, but it does come with its trials. So yes, we're leaving Les Saintes Islands and heading over to mainland Guadeloupe. It'll take us about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. As long as the wind stays with us, which there's no reason why it shouldn't. And we should be there at about 6 o'clock tonight, so just as it gets dark, which we don't really want to be there in the dark, to see how things go. It's a damn nuisance having the bloody mast in your way. In neutral! But you wonder why we do all this shouting. We used to have handheld mics that we could talk to each other on. Oh, they were more hassle than what they were with all the crackling going on. So we actually gave them away to a sailing school in Carriacou, and we quite enjoy shouting at each other from the bow back to the cockpit. It's quite entertaining because I'm deaf, as you know. Always have been deaf in one ear all my life. Going ahead! There you see, like that. He's doing this, which means go ahead, go ahead. All clear! That means we're off the bottom, anchor's up, and we're on our way. And as you can see from the hair, wind's that way, which is excellent because that's where we're going, that way. There, yes, I can see the kite surfer. Kite surfer's heading straight for us. Yeah. The kite surfer's definitely going faster than us though. I said to Steve, I want to try that. So is there anybody out there in the Caribbean that's got one, that's willing to show me how to use it and let me have a try? I'd love it. On our way, got a bit of a flappy sail at the moment because we're just behind the island. So once we've gone past that, we'll pick up a bit more wind. It's only just there.
Silence is golden.
Engine's just gone off. Oh, this is when it's wonderful like this.
Yeah. There was a bit of stress the other day.
But when we came down here?
Yeah. Yeah, just want a nice... Like I've only just put the head sail out now. We'll have a nice little gentle cruise across the mainland Guadeloupe. No drama. That's what we have. No drama.
We're just going around the point. I'll show you the light. Whoa! Oh, I'll show you the lighthouse in a moment. Wow, look at that. We're doing 5.5 to 6 knots. 7.5 knots. There's the lighthouse. It's been a good sail right the way across. We've come from over there. We're just anchored, a pretty little spot. This coast is quite deep along here, so we're anchored in 12 metres. But it'll do for tonight. It's only one night, and then we'll head a bit further up the coast. Gonna go and start dinner now. We're just gonna have chili con carne and rice. Chili con carne is very nice. Chili con carne and rice is very, 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 very nice. We've just anchored in Bouillante. We're going to be here for a couple of days, I think. So we can't stay here then, no? It's too much coral.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got to move. We're actually anchored on some coral. So just not good at all. So there are other people anchored in the bay here, so we know we can. We're just going to have to find another spot, that's all. But it is quite lovely here, and it's extremely hot at the moment. We're smack bang in the middle of the day, so it is very hot. Well, that was quite unusual. We actually had to lift the anchor a second time, so yeah, third time lucky, and we're anchored. But we won't be able to make water here, and we'll explain about that. And there's a very funny smell. Morning!
Good morning.
What was all that? Good morning.
Well, because I've got my formal shirt on, see.
We're only going to bloody Carrefour. I don't know where do you think we're going?
If I look like a BOS, okay?
A what?
A BOS, bag of shite.
Oh, I was going to say bigger.
You'd be complaining. The fact that I've...
You've made an effort. Okay, no, you're right. I won't complain. You've made an effort. Very nice. Very nice too. So yeah, we're just going over to Carrefour's to go and get a French stick, so we can have some lunch later. Oh, and 2 potatoes. We haven't got any potatoes or onions. In fact, we haven't got a lot of anything anymore, but we're hoping to do a shop in a couple of days. So anyway, that's where we're off to. What a fantastic night last night. No rolling, no rocking, no rain.
Yeah, no, we're not used to that, are we?
Nope, not at all. There's only one shop here in this little bay, and it's a Carrefour. But we only need bread and potatoes. Do you want me to climb up the ladder and then tie it round the thing? Okay. Okay, so let me explain. Bouillante is a tiny little bay, and they have hot springs here, so the water is extra warm. Hence the reason why there's a lot of people in the water. Just behind me there's about 20 people in the water, and last night there must have been 100 people over here in the water. So yeah, it just, the whole bay is very warm. It just feels a little bit weird. Obviously the sulphur smell, I noticed it this morning, was really eggy, but I can't smell that now, so I don't know whether we're just used to it, but can't smell anything at the moment. But you can smell it when you get your face near the water. Got a fabulous idea for somebody's birthday. I'll just hook it onto there.
Just change that. What a pain in the ass. It's so heavy.
See, you won't hook it on there, just hook it on there.
Strikes me, there's two captains here. And
yeah, one that's got common sense and one that's got no sense.
Now what do I do?
Well, you pull the boat in. Well, I never.
Oh, I've got 15 hands. I controlled it earlier on. Now I'm just about to go. Now my shirt's just about to go for a nice little swim. No, you just film. Just film. I'm all right. No, I'm fine. I'm 61 years old. Not particularly graceful, but there we go.
It wasn't too bad.
That water's really warm. You put your hand in there.
Yeah. Can you see my legs in the water?
Yeah.
This is really spookily weird because it's so warm. It's almost hot. It's like, I'd say about a foot. And I don't want to put my legs down. It's a bit... I don't want to put my legs down because it feels cold. It's like, it's not right. If I put my legs in, can you see? Can you see into the water?
Yeah, I can see your legs.
Yeah, but is there anything below me? Because it feels like it's not right. It's stupid. What's the matter? Why can't I put my legs down? Oh, it is really freaky. I didn't realise it would be quite like it is. So it's really warm, really warm, warm. And then it's cold. It's obviously not cold, but it feels cold compared to the warm water.
What Annette is on about is we're in a place called Bouillante, and there's a hot thermal spring, like a sulphur spring, and it discharges this hot sulphurous water into the bay, and it really does change the temperature of the bay, but only in the top surface. It's really quite weird. It's nice. It's like having an eggy bath.
Very strange. Just going to find the laundrette and where the shops are here, and where we can hire a car in a couple of days' time. We're in Mainland at the moment. Pretty little entrance. Wow, you wouldn't have even realised this was here, would you? Wow.
Look at these. Wow.
There's a bar there. Look. This is what I love about this adventure that we're on, is coming ashore and exploring.
Those lovely little windows. We're out and about at the moment, just having a look around. We think it's called Mainland, but it might be called Bouillante. We're on the west coast of Guadeloupe. It's very pretty. Out there in the distance is Pigeon Island. It's part of the Jacques Cousteau Nature Reserve. I remember Jacques Cousteau when I was a kid in the late 60s, early 70s. Very instrumental in kind of underwater photography and not video, film then. That's what I remember as a kid. Always had a red bobble hat on. Got to find a net. Lost her. Maybe not a bad thing. Shh, don't say anything.
Isn't it pretty? Not quite as strict here on dogs being on the beaches, which is good. Because we've got Gus here. Yeah, we're just having something cool to drink. It's needed. Since being in Guadeloupe, Steve and I have been snorkeling 3 times. And this time we were in the Cousteau Reserve of Pigeon Island. I don't know whether it's just us and we're not picking the right places, but we have been really underwhelmed by the amount of bad coral, dead coral that this underwater life is showing us. We have yet to see the brilliant colours of the coral because it's covered in algae. And although we've seen many fish, the variety's not been huge. And the crazy thing is you can't actually anchor here. Everybody is on mooring buoys. So there should be no reason at all why the seabed looks as it does, with the exception of what man is doing to it. Morning guys, we have done something which we very rarely do, very rarely do. We decided that we would hire a car for a couple of days to go and explore in Guadeloupe. We're just coming into a little village called Dashai, and that is famous for the programme which we have never ever watched, called Death in Paradise.
Is it Murder in Paradise?
No, it's Death in Paradise. There's some gorgeous properties here, really lovely. Obviously quite affluent people that live here. I'll show you a couple in a minute. Yeah, I don't know whether, obviously it's because it's a French country. There's a lot more money here than what there is, like, say, on the island of Grenada or Carriacou, and it shows a lot. So we're just coming into Dashai now. Mooring buoys. Some of you will probably recognise some of the bits and pieces that we film. Unfortunately, Steve and I won't recognise anything because we've never watched the programme.
Yeah, we're going to watch it now. We're going to watch all the series now. We're going to binge watch it. I think in the programme it's called Sainte Marie.
I'm crying here, right? So we just walked down to the beach and bloody Gus got off of his lead, off of his collar, and he's running around the beach. And I'm not aware of this because this is happening.
Chickens.
Yeah, chasing chickens. And I'm not aware of this because it's happening behind me. But what I can hear is I can hear this beeping noise, it's like somebody's car horn. And Steve's not helping me at all. I'm trying to chase the dog. I've got bloody GoPros and goodness knows bags and shoes and everything. So I'm trying to take them off so as I can grab hold of Gus, because by this time he's now in the water and he wants to go and swim over to some people. This beeping horn's still going. Eventually it stops. I managed to get hold of Gus. We put his lead back on. And we then walk up the road, and as we're walking up the road, this woman comes up to me. This woman comes up to me, she says to me, so go out this way. She says to me, you tell your husband have very good holiday. I'm thinking, that's a bit strange because he's next to me. And I said, look at Steve. I said, yeah, you live in a very beautiful island. It's beautiful. She walks away. I look at Steve. I said, what was all that about? He said, I told her I was deaf. I told her I was deaf. And that's why I couldn't move when she was beeping the horn in the car. Go on out loud. I just... So that's the real police station there. So we think it's very likely that those of you that do watch the programme recognise this place here at being the police station, which obviously means absolutely nothing to us. So hopefully that is it. And it is a bit strange because this place has they're selling hats. I don't think a real police station would be selling hats.
Yeah, the hats say, I love Ralph Little. I don't. No, Sam Marie.
And now we're on our way to our first waterfall, which is the Cascade au Revesi. God, how annoying! That means no dogs. We're not allowed to take dogs in. Obviously, we've got Gus with us, so we won't be going at all. How annoying. Dear, what a waste of time that was. We're both really annoyed. We've travelled quite some way. And, I mean, the French do have a really strange attitude to dogs. They're not allowed anywhere. Poor Gus. Hey, poor you. Somebody told us that we could come along here and bring Gus for a walk, which is what we've done. And there's a lighthouse at the end here. Now we come up towards the lighthouse and we can see cannons there. Look, there's a couple of cannons. That was to ward us off the British, obviously many, many, many moons ago. Now, how amazing. It started raining! Well, after not a particularly successful day yesterday when we had the car, because we weren't able to actually take Gus for too many long walks, unless he was on a lead around a town, we're back in the car this morning because we have got some boat bits and pieces that we need to get. And we've left Gus behind this time because we've got to go in and out of shops. We need to get some gas, we've got to find a kettle, we need to get some food, Christmas food.
Fan belts.
Oh,
fan
yes.
belts for the alternator. So the alternator's working, but now it's eating a couple of fan belts. So they were old anyway, and I thought I had spares, stupidly, but I haven't. I'd used the spares. So we're trying to get the gas bottle changed over. We're running on these 907 things at the moment, because we can't get the big ones filled. Well, we had a little bit of luck. It was the last 907 bottle that they had, and our one was pretty rusty. I picked it up. I think we got it off a scrap heap in Martinique. But anyway, we've got a fresh 907, not cheap, 32 euros for a 907 gas bottle. Seems crazy. We've got to get to St Martin and get our ones filled up.
Looks a bit misty and it's not. We're actually driving through cloud. So we're now at the waterfall. Well, we're walking to the waterfall because now we haven't got Gus. We can actually come along here. It's just ridiculous that we can't bring him. But anyway, it's a bit wet. Yeah, we've left him behind. But anyway, it's a bit wet. But we did have torrential rain yesterday. But there's a pathway which is extremely wet and quite dangerous. And we've got flip-flops on. Totally inappropriate footwear.
Yeah, but we've worn flip-flops all over, so...
Yeah, even in...
Snow.
Snow, yes. Can you hear that water? It is pretty stunning, and it's only a little one. He's right underneath it now.
Walking in a winter
It's Christmas!
It's Christmas in the heat. Walking in a winter wonderland with heat.
Decathlon's the same the world over. Look what I found! I've got to have them.
You're alright, have them then. But that's the only ones.
I'm excited.
Are they
very excited.
We had the car for a couple of days. We had a list of things that we wanted to try and get done. We were after a gas bottle. We managed to get that. We were after a gas kettle, or a kettle we could use on the stove. Didn't get it. We were after fan belts for the alternator, for the Balmar alternator. Turns out, so all the cars in Guadeloupe are modern and they don't have like old style fan belts. They have serpentine belts. So couldn't get a fan belt, so we'll have to limp the ones that we've got along for a bit longer. We found Decathlon and we managed to get a rash vest and a snorkel and a pair of goggles for Annette because hers are a bit second hand. They were second hand. She always gets hand-me-downs and complains. So she's got some brand new ones that I'll be able to steal. But we did manage to see a side of Guadeloupe from the land that you don't get to see from the water. So we had a great time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Guadeloupe, we highly recommend.
This is a real Caribbean beach, nighttime beach.
We're just handing the car back, having had 2 days of running around in the car. And we're just trying to find the lady that rented it to us, but we can't find her at the moment. I'm sure she'll turn up.
Yeah, along with everybody else, we're just watching the sunset. Thank you to our Patreon and Coffee supporters and our viewers too. The last 12 months have not been easy for us, but with your love and support, we're back. Steve, Gus and I would like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and look forward to you joining us in the new year, where we go to the smallest island in the world that is split into 2 countries. Ciao for now!